Hello, it's Amy with Just a Little Ink, and I'm here today to share with you a sneak peek from the new catalog, our new annual catalog. It looks like this, and it begins orders can begin from it, on May the 4th. So I can't show you the inside until then. It is an awesome catalog with lots of wonderful new products. One of them is the Beauty of Friendship bundle. It has the Beauty of Friendship stamp, and then it has the Beautiful Trees dies. Lots of images, some of them that are cut out from the stamp set and some that are independent of the stamp set. I'm going to show this simple card. I'm calling it a front flap card. And from it I also made, so this is the one we're going to make, but I also have made a couple others using the same designer series paper. This is the Beauty of the Earth designer series paper. It has different sides and coordinating colors, and then a more winter scene again using Beauty of the Earth paper. This is actually the back side of this paper. So some cool ideas. Simple card. And so let me show you the supplies. I will have all of the measurements listed on my blog, justalittleink.com, as well as in the description of this video. So what you will need is a piece of Misty Moonlight cardstock. This is cut at 4 1/4 inches by 8 1/4 inches. And then I have another piece because I wanted it to coordinate. This is 2 3/4 by 4 1/4. What this piece ends up being is the end that you end up cutting off. So if you want it all one color and you don't want the two-tone, you just use this piece, or keep the piece you're cutting off and use it on something else. And then this is scored, so along this 8 1/4 inch side, you're going to score it in on one end at 2 3/4 of an inch. You also were going to want some basic white. This is a piece for the inside, 4 inches by 5 1/4, as well as a 2 1/2 inch by 4 inch piece so that we can layer it on the front. And then you'll need some scraps. This one happens to be 3/4, and it needs to be at least 3 inches long. And you need a piece that's at least 2 inches by 2. Mine is longer, just you need scraps. And then finally you need a piece of the designer series paper. Again, we're using the Beauty of the Earth paper here. That's 1 inches by 4 inches. And then also you're going to want some scrap of the Misty Moonlight, or whatever color you want for your birds. I already have cut mine. You get 2 of them, one going in each direction from the dies. So let's begin. Let me set this part out of the way and show you how simple this card is to put together. I'm going to be using the Stamparatus because this is a 2-step stamp. And I find it is the easiest to get everything lined up exactly how I want using my Stamparatus. I try to avoid this corner, so I'm coming down 1 inch and over 1 inch. I want to avoid this hinge. I'm going to put my magnet top. I'm going to grab my other magnet. I have put some just scrap washi tape on mine to makes them easier to open. I've already lined up my tree image. I want my tree to come down right about so. And I'm going to ink my tree in early espresso. I have my pad on here because I'm using photopolymer stamps. I'm going to come down in the middle. It may lift it, and it did just a little. Make sure I line it back up. Okay, we're done with the tree. There's an image that works really well to kind of ground that tree down here. So I'm going to stamp that in crumb cake. Ink up. It'll come down like so. And I can pull this out. That's all we're stamping on that. I'm going to, actually before we move along, I'm going to pull in and up here. Yep, this is good. Okay, so I need my Misty Moonlight. This is the Thinking of You that's going to end up going on the front. I stuck on the upper part of my plate. It'll come down like so. So I can move this out of the way, ready for when we're going to stamp, or excuse me, when we're going to die cut. So I can pull this plate out of the way. I'm going to pull in the second plate. Every Stamparatus comes with 2 plates. So pull this one. So I'm going to line up again. I want, I can come all the way to the edge on this one. It needs to be 1 inch down. I'm pretty sure, yep, it'll come over. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to line up, and I'm using Mossy Meadow. Happens to be one of the colors that's in the Designer Series paper. Ink it up. And I'm going to just use 1 color of ink. I'm not going to two-tone the ink. So I'm going to come over and stamp on top of a Post-it note, just so I can pull off some of that ink. Come back down. This gives me the lighter image with the background. And I'm going to turn around. I have already lined up the overlay for this tree. So I'm going to stamp it full strength. When you're doing 2-step stamping, the stamping off gives you the option to be able to have 2 different ink colors. So pull that off, move my Stamparatus out of the way. And I need to run it through my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. You can do these dies using the mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. So that's what I'm going to line up today. Set this out of the way. So I'm going to line up my 2 images. I need my die that's going to cut my tree. And I already have a couple little pieces of scrap washi. Washi works really well to just kind of keep things from moving around on you. I'm just going to see if I can line up how I want my tree. Here. And let's see if I can line up my, oh yes, I can. So then there's also in here, there's a die that will cut out the rectangle for my Thinking of You. And it gives a little bit, it's hard to see it on the camera, it gives a little bit of dimension in it as well. It's not just a rectangle shape. Then I offset my plates a little, especially on this mini machine. You need a little bit of a lip for it to grip. And sometimes even then, it's a little pokey. So I'm gonna scoot it across. Let's try twisting them. All right, mine are the way. You'll see I've got my tree. And I have my layer here. Let's move our dies out of the way. Get my plates out of the way. Okay. Then we can assemble our card. So I'm not wanting dimension on this. I'm just going to put some adhesive on the back. If your Stampin' seal isn't gripping yet, just twist the wheel on it until you get it moving. I want enough of my tree showing. So I'm going to come up like so. Like this. And then I'm going to put dimensionals on the back, and they're tiny, so I'm going to use my mini dimensionals on the back. I need just a few of them on my greeting. And I really only need one on the back of my bird. So pull off the backs. Put this in the center. Like so, like that. Then I pull off my bird, and you can put your bird anywhere in the tree you would like him to go. And I like for my bird to have an eye. He doesn't have one. So just use your basic black Stampin' Right marker and just draw a little circle. Gives him an eye. And then I'm just going to start layering things. It goes together so fast. So layer my stamped image onto my layer. I'm going to fold. I have already scored this, remember, at 2 3/4 of an inch. So I'm going to fold it down. Pull out my bone folder. Okay, this is my greeting for on the inside. So I'm going to go ahead and attach. If you were worried, you could stamp first and then put it down. Like so. I need to attach my paper at the bottom. Like so. You can put a greeting in here if you desire. Then this is going to get put on the front, spacing equal for the most part, top, bottom, and sides. So I kind of keep a finger where I know that my adhesive shouldn't go below. And I'm going to use my Stampin' seal. And then I'll line it up on the front. I'm going to leave mine blank on the inside, and I will add a greeting or just a message when I want to send it. Like so. And just like that, you have a simple, what I'm calling again, a front flap card. Hope you love the sneak peek. If you don't already have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I would love to be yours. You can order anytime at justalittleinc.stampinup.net. And if you haven't already subscribed, I would so appreciate it if you would. And if you click the bell, you'll make sure to get notifications every time I have a new video posted. Thanks again. We'll see you again soon.